Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. One of the cardinal rules of a country is to have equity and justice. That way every citizen will feel well respected and well recognized. No one will feel like second fiddle in their own country. And that brings us to what is going on right now as the Yoruba leaders, the elders, and everyone that has every well-meaning Nigerian is speaking over what the Senate president is some hours ago responded to. But before we go to the news proper to find out what it is the Yorubas are calling out the Senate president over, I would like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the elder statesman by Ayo Adebanjo, Yoruba socio-political group Afenifere, and the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land Ìbà Gani Adams have berated Senate President Ahmed Lawal over his comment in indicting Southwest governors for the recent mayhem in Sasha community Ibadan in Akeyele local government area of Oyo State. Lawal, in an interview with BBC House Service on Saturday, claimed that unguarded statement by some governors in Southwest incited people in the area to take up arms against fellow citizens. He also blamed what he called the failure of government in the region for the crisis which led to property destruction in the area. Lawan stated what happened in Oyo and other things that kept happening in southwestern states are caused by leadership failures in the region. Some utterances by some governors also went a long way in inciting the citizens to take up arms against other ethnic groups settling in their states. The governor's utterances emboldened the citizens and the criminals to unleash violence against northerners. Saying the incident happened while the National Assembly was on recess, he noted that it was one of the first issues deliberated upon when the Assembly resumed legislative activities. Lawan said, Sasha killing was one of the things we deliberated upon at the plenary when we resumed. We condemned the violence and even moved against any kind of inciting comments or utterances by some government officials. We equally condemned the eviction order by one ethnic group on the other, or indigenous settled claims, just as we called for the compensation of the victims of header farmer clashes in the country. Reacting to the Lawan's comments in an interview, Adebanjo asked the Senate president to withdraw his provocative statement against governors in the Southwest. Adebanjo said, "It is an insult brought to us by those who align with the All Progressive Congress to force the president, Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired on us as a nation. It is a tragedy that someone called the president of the Senate could make such a statement about Southwest governors. In fact, it is Lawan that made an unguarded statement. He has failed in his duty. He never had anything to say about the killings of farmers, raping of our women, and massive destruction of our farmlands by killer Fulani herdsmen. His language is unguarded. I am sure that his language is that of President Muhammad Buhari himself, who has refused to caution the herdsmen. When someone is part of a government that negotiates with bandits and criminals, what do you expect? It is people like Lawan who are behind the herdsmen and even own the cows. The statement by the president of Senate is insulting, derogatory, shows lack of manners, and a sign of improper training. It is condemnable and it should be withdrawn. Are the governors in charge of the security in their state or the one controlling the police? They have to resort to Abuja before the Commissioner of Police will even pick their calls. The federal government has refused to even allow Amatekun to bear arms, but unconcerned when herdsmen carry sophisticated arms such as AK-47 and others. Also speaking with one of our respondents, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land Ìbà Gani Adams describes Lawan's statement as highly condemnable, asking him to withdraw it forthwith. He said his comments are untrue. The information available to us indicated that the incident was caused by a provocation. A Hausa porter beat a Yoruba pregnant woman. Talking about leadership failure, is leadership failure responsible for banditry in Northwest? North Central? Or the Northeast, where there's insurgency? He did not mention that they also collect a ransom too for it. Let's continue. Then it's leadership failure that is responsible for insecurity in the country? He's asking, is it the Southwest leadership failure too that is also responsible for insecurity in the country? Adams also expressed worry that such a statement was authored by the president of the country's upper legislative chamber. Honestly, it's worrisome. The Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò added, as a Senate president, he ought to detach himself from nepotism and appear like a statesman and not a sectional leader. The statement from him is highly condemnable and I would advise him to retract it. He will be biased if he's asked to say anything concerning the Yorubas. Speaking in a similar vein, Afenifere said unwarranted provocation against the Southwest were becoming too many. Speaking through his publicity secretary, Yinka Odumakin, the group said, so it is not the unguarded statement of Buhari's henchmen again. It is the leadership failure in Nigeria that is keeping people like him in office. Lawan, in an interview with BBC, demanded the arrest and prosecution of those involved in the Sasha mayhem. He added, recently, President Muhammad Buhari also invited the state governor and told them that the federal government would not condone any governor calling for the eviction of any ethnic group from his state. He said that no governor should incite his citizens to unleash terror or violence on non-indigenous members of the community. While on February 12, 2021, a disagreement between a Hausa porter and a Yoruba female trader in Sasha Market, Ibadan, degenerated into a bedlam and claimed lives, including multi-million naira investment. A Yoruba cobbler, Shakiruddin Adeola, reportedly challenged the porter for beating the woman, and in a fit of rage, the porter was said to have brought out a charm and hit Adeola, who was rushed to the hospital and died afterwards. The news of Adeola's death sparked off violence, which scattered the peace in the area. Have you now heard? To cut the long story short, they're telling the Senate president to please retract his statement. Anna Kakanfò mentioned it, Adebanjo mentioned it, and Pa Adebanjo, sorry, mentioned it, and of course, the Secretary of Afenifere, Yinka Odumakin, also talked about it. Talking about insightful statements, I could still remember that nobody cautioned Bauchi governor when he made the reference to defense of a Fulani herdsman carrying arms. In fact, it was even the southern governors that cautioned him. All through that period, our amiable Senate president did not deem it fit to also caution him for saying those words. Look, when we occupy a position of authority, we should also be very careful so that we don't look as if we are representing only our people. If you say we are one Nigeria, then condemn every act that is evil, that is a criminal. Do not take sides. Yes, he's talking about what happened in Southwest. We have seen similar situations in Kaduna, where Southern Kadunas were practically calling forth the governor to do that. His judge approach to things are not helping matters. No one called the Southern, no one called the Senate president didn't bring that to the notice of the world. It was even other Nigerians that are actually calling, speaking forth for Southern Kadunas. If we keep doing this, equity and justice is at stake. Let's